The heart of Taal, a quite historical town in Batangas, stands as a monument of faith, history, and resilience. This is Taal Basilica, once revealed, redefined, but always enduring. By size, by faith, by heritage, it is known as the largest Catholic church in Asia. The story begins in 1575, when the first church was built by Father Diego Espinar, near the shores of what was then Taal Town by the lake. For almost 2 centuries, the church stood as a focal point of the community's faith. But in 1754, disaster struck. The eruption of the nearby Taal volcano devastated the town, the church, and almost everything else were destroyed. The people were forced to uproot and relocate their lives, their faith, their identity. Thus began a new chapter. The town was relocated to a safer site, atop a hill of overlooking Balayan Bay. There the seed of the new church were planted. Today, Taal Basilica commands the skyline, measuring roughly 96 meters long and 45 meters wide, with the facade flanked by classical column, monumental doors, and a stately bell tower, and it's nothing short of inspiring. Inside, the basilica unfolds in majestic scale, 3 naves, a grand transept, and a layout that speaks of Italian Baroque influence. The design evokes the grandeur of European basilica, a legacy of colonial architecture and Filipino craftsmanship. At the heart of this grandeur stand, the altar was reaching 79 feet high, the focal point of devotion, ceremonies, and centuries of worship. The path of history was not easy. The town's earlier attempts to rebuild after the volcano were further challenged by massive earthquake in 1852, destroying what stood then. But the faithful rebuilt, they persisted. In recognition of its historical, cultural, and religious significance, the basilica was officially declared a National Historical Landmark in 1974, a testament to its enduring importance for generations to come. Even in the 21st century, calamity struck. In 2017, a powerful earthquake damaged part of the basilica, but faith and heritage prevailed once again. After a full restoration by the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, or NHCP, the basilica was turned over back to the church in 2020. Stronger, restored, ready to welcome the faithful and the curious once more.
Good afternoon, my name is Archie Pato and we are here at the historic site of Taal, Batangas.
At ako naman si Princess Ira P. Villanueva. Today, we will learn about the rich history and heritage of the Taal Basilica, the largest Catholic church of the Asia.
help us understand its importance, we are going to interview the locals here in Taal Basilica.
Pwede niyo po bang sabihin sa amin kung paano at kailan nabuo ang Taal Basilica?
Bale ay nabuo ang Taal Basilica nung dinala dito muna ay 1865 nung nasira doon sa San Nicolas.
What makes the Taal Church Basilica a heritage site and different from other old churches here in the Philippines?
Dahil po ito po yung isa sa pinakamalaki sa Asia. So ito yung naging advantage natin sa Pilipinas na isa to sa may pinakamalaking simbahan, pinakakilala at pinakaunang simbahan dito sa Pilipinas.
Anong mga pagtitiyak ang ginagawa ngayon upang mapanatili ang Basilica bilang isang heritage site?
Pagsisikap ng ating mayor na si Neneng Baito, mapanatiling maayos, maganda ang ating bayan ng Taal. At magkaroon ng mapayapa ang bawat barangay at magkaroon ng magandang mapagkalan ng iba't ibang tao.
And that's our interview with Taal Basilica. We hope that this has given you some knowledge and inspirations.
Yes, we learned that the Taal Basilica is not just a church, but a symbol of history and faith.
Yes, that's right. And the stories and images inside the church reminded us of the sacrifices and love of our ancestors.
So we hope this has inspired you to learn more about our history and culture.
Para sa bayan, para sa kasaysayan, this is our heritage.
Today, Taal Basilica continues to draw people pilgrimage, believers, history buffs, tourists. It's more than church, it's a living heritage. Surrounded by the ancestral home and preserved heritage town center, the Basilica anchor community proud to its root. Its presence shaped the identity of Taal town, where faith, history, and culture converge. Taal Basilica is sound, not just a building. It is memory, it is history, it is faith. It is heritage passed down through generation. Through eruption, earthquake, and time it endures. And as long as its coral stones will remain, so too will the stories of Taal Batangas live on.